If there is one thing that the Flat Earth community love to do, it's have a pop at the International Space Station. I've lost count of the number of times I've seen Flat Earthers and space deniers try to refute it. And Jake the A-hole is no different. And today he's going to claim that even though a Flat Earther has taken a photo of it, the ISS doesn't exist at all. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Now Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online privacy protection easy and attainable, encrypting all internet traffic sent to and from your devices and ensuring that your IP address remains hidden to make sure no one can see what you do online. Now on top of that, they block ads, trackers, malware and phishing attempts, and unlike other VPN services, you can use it on as many devices as you want simultaneously. The internet is a place that knows a hell of a lot about us. We're online up to 6 to 8 hours a day, so it's why you should care about things like our online data. Use Surfshark to encrypt your personal information and send it via a secure VPN tunnel so that no one can see it without your permission, which is great for protecting things like your ID. Now, ID theft is an increasingly common and scary crime. You can use Surfshark's HackLock system to get alerts anytime your email address or password is compromised. HackLock scans various databases of leaked information and notifies its users if their data is found so that they can take action. Click the link in the description or go to surfshark.deal/SimonDan and use my code SimonDan to get that whopping 83% off and 3 months extra free. Right, back to today's video, where if you remember, Jake the A-hole is claiming that the International Space Station does not exist. Let's look at his evidence, shall we, and see if it cuts the mustard.
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
JSC PAO, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Dan Hewitt with JSC PAO. How do you hear me?
Dan, this is Station. We have you loud and clear.
All right, thank you so much, Nicole, Josh, Koichi, Anna, for taking a couple of minutes to talk to everybody. Got a lot of folks down on the ground ready to ask questions, so we're gonna jump right in.
Yeah, I've got a question. How in the hell does anyone think that this is real?
Perhaps you'd like to tell us why it isn't real. I mean, it certainly looks real to me and to many others. This will be good.
So the first thing everyone is going to notice is this lady's hair.
Yes, the effects of microgravity. Her hair is consistent with what we would expect to see in that environment. But please, Jake, go on.
But we're not going to focus on her hair right now. We're instead gonna focus on her hands.
Right, so we're not going to focus on her hair. Okay then.
You see, these hands, they're doing some weird stuff. That's one heck of a glitch, and you don't see the rest of the body glitching or any of the area around it. It's just the hands.
A compression artifact. Is that your proof? As we have discussed on this channel before, compression artifacts occur because of lossy compression. When a video experiences information loss, usually down to file size. Now this is not evidence that the ISS doesn't exist.
What I notice about this crew is that they all have the exact same pasty white hands. Funny how all their hands are the exact same tone. It was a rough day for NASA's graphics department trying to make the hand movements look realistic in this video.
The body moves differently in space than it does here on Earth, and their hand skin tones are certainly not all the same. Or even watching the same video here, Jake.
However, one thing they did manage to do was fit the 666 hand sign in not just once, but multiple times.
The what signals? I do not know what you are talking about.
Now, if you thought those glitching hands looked bad, wait until you see the glitching faces.
Yes, more compression artifacts. Again, doesn't mean that the ISS doesn't exist.
So this lady's face glitches, and it makes it appear that one of her teeth is missing, like she's giving a black tooth grin to the camera. Now, what are the odds that a totally random glitch can make a person appear that they're missing a tooth?
Oh, I don't know, Jake. You tell me what the odds are. You seem to be the expert here.
In my opinion, this doesn't happen by accident. This happens on purpose. They are purposely making funny faces at you.
Yes, because if you wanted to trick people, you definitely do that.
So the Japanese guy's face glitches, and when it does, it makes it appear that he's sticking his tongue out at the camera.
More compression artifacts again. Doesn't mean that the ISS doesn't exist.
And again, I think NASA is doing this on purpose, specifically to mock us.
I guarantee you that at some point, one of your live streams, Jake, has experienced compression artifacts. It would have glitched. Now, does that mean that you don't exist or the room that you are in doesn't exist? No, it doesn't.
Alright, now we can move on to this lady's hair. And what's funny is they ask her how she cares for her hair while she's on the International Space Station, and just as they ask her the question, her hair glitches.
How was the experience of managing your hair? Thank you.
How I do with my hair. Everybody's laughing constantly. How is that? Take it close to you. My head don't visible.
You see, as I said earlier, this is how I would expect hair to look in this environment. Now, are you claiming that the hair is CGI here, or are you going to use the old chestnut hairspray?
First, I washed them about 2.5 hours. Now I improved my skills, and it is already only 1 hour. And the most secret is to have 3 times of rinse after shampoo. It's the most secret.
All right, thank you, Anna.
That was so funny, Anna! You should be a stand-up comedian. Your jokes are hilarious.
Your sarcasm is not lost on me, Jake, but I feel like it's replacing something. Probably the understanding of this situation.
Alright, let's get serious for a moment. Who in their right minds is going to let their long, flowing hair intertwine and intertangle with the wiring and instruments within the International Space Station?
Obviously her, Jake. She's doing it right in front of you.
I mean, look, it's like she's purposely trying to get all her hair all up in the instruments and get it all tangled and shit. Like, what are you doing? Are you an insane person? I mean, if this was for real, she would have a hair scrunchie on, right?
And most of the time you do see astronauts with longer hair tying it up. Now, it can be uncomfortable to have your hair tied up for extended periods. So who cares if she wants to let it down once in a while? /up.
She'd wear a hairnet or something. Like, who would do this? Now, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The wiring on the International Space Station just hanging and dangling everywhere, that's an absolute joke. That's how you know it's totally fake and that the space station isn't real, because no electrician in their right minds would ever leave all the wires and instruments dangling and hanging about like that, especially when you're going to have astronauts floating in zero gravity back and forth with their feet possibly getting tangled in the wires and pulling wires out of the walls and stuff. Are you out of your mind?
Okay, so this one really does make me laugh. If NASA were trying to fake it, then why not just put up a load of panels without any wires? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? And I have addressed the wire thing before on this channel. Have a look at this. Yes, well, the wires are like that on the ISS because, and you won't like this one, conspiracy theorists, they just are. Now, it was intended that all those wires would be nice and neat behind panels. But over time, as more and more things were added to the space station, obviously more wires were added too. Astronauts don't have the time to organise all of that. And to be fair, if something breaks, having the wires out like that makes it a lot easier to fix.
But at any rate, I digress.
All right, Nicole, Josh, Koichi, Anna, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. Enjoyed that last week on station, and we can't wait to see you back here on Planet.
I like how Jake totally ignores the floating microphone here. Classic space denier tactic there. Well, there we go. Another dig at the ISS and another fail. How do you think Jake got on with that one? Let me know in the comments what you thought on his dissection of the International Space Station video there. But for now though, we are all done and dusted for another Tinfoil Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching today. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're now so close to that 500,000. I think probably about 12,000 away now. We're going to get there pretty soon and we'll have a big party when we do. Just have time to once again thank Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Remember, if you want to take advantage of their offer, then click the link in the description or go to surfshark.deals/SimonDan and use my code SimonDan to get the 83% off and 3 months extra free. I've been SimonDan. Have yourselves a great week and I'll see you on Friday for part 3 of the Flat Earth documentary Level With Me Debunk. See you then.